What's up, guys? Part 3 of 3. Rivaldo 114. What's up, my man? Fresco. My subscribers, my fans. What's going on, guys? This is part 3 of 3. Machine power losses, efficiency, so on and so forth. First, I'm gonna tell you guys why I do these videos. I do these videos, number one, because I love tattooing. I love tattoo machine theory. And this is one of the ways I found to get involved in the community. I like to share what I've learned, my trial and error, and the more feedback I get from you guys, the better I feel. You know, I can learn through you, you can learn through me. If somebody out there sees that I'm making a mistake or misinforming people, please let me know. Tell me right away. These topics I've tried to study and learn as much as I can before I speak on them, through trial and error and studying. So based on that, let's get into it. Part 3 of 3. In the first one, I showed you the 2 clip cords that were in question. In the second video, power losses, I hooked them up to a machine and showed you the difference at 8 volts, what 2 different clip cords could make. I got a comment from Martin Beavis 85. What's up, man? Appreciate the comment. Martin Beavis stated during his swap to RCA on his tattoo machine that he found that the top contact post would always be your positive hookup for your clip cord or RCA. Let me show you first on one of these jammies. This is a 1/4 inch mono plug. Pick them up at Radio Shack. Just to clarify, the inside solder point is your positive. This is not soldered yet. And the outside is your negative. Alright, that's how these work. Alright. Now, tattoo machines in of themselves have no polarity. The only difference that hooking a clip cord up either way makes is having one of these capacitors hooked up to our machines. Now there's typically 3 different types of capacitors, electrolytic, that we use. This is a radial, non-polarized, or bipolarized capacitor, which means you can run it in either direction. Clip cord, doesn't matter. Pretty cool, but they're a lot larger than some of the other capacitors. This is a radial lead electrolytic capacitor. This is 100 UF value. Sometimes I use up to a 220 on my shaders, which is probably a lot higher than most people use, but for me, I found that's what works. I like the way it hits, and I like my machines to run slow. This is actually just a demonstration machine that I use for purposes. I don't tattoo with this really. These are typically the leads that I use, but to get to the point, Martin Beavis 85. Now, what you're doing is not necessarily wrong, but what you need to make sure of is our clip cords need to be hooked up, or RCA need to be hooked up in relation to these here capacitors. Now, you'll note on these capacitors that there are lines indicating the direction of flow and or negative. I've personally been taught that the arrows, hence negative, always go up towards the contact point, the contact screw, making the rear binder your positive connection. Alright? Now if you want to flip it around and run it the other way, that's fine. Just make sure that you're running it proper with your capacitor, because there's dielectric liquid in these capacitors, and these actually are quite sensitive devices. They might not blow, but they can be damaged, and heat is the #1 offender, and if you're running it backwards, they will overheat and get damaged and cause more spark on your machine than you should or could have if you're running it properly. So Beavis 85, you can do that. Just make sure that your capacitor is hooked up properly in relation to running positive to your upper binder. So anyway, moving on. Part 3 of 3. We had 2 clip cords in question. Now, this clip cord here was the one that ran at 8 volts. Ran the machine pretty stellar. This is the clip cord that barely ran the machine at 8 volts. The only 2 differences between these clip cords is this one has brass rivets soldered directly to the copper wire going into the supply box. This one has big aluminum bulky rivets with solder lugs. The only conclusion I can come to on this is that these aluminum, is what I think it is, aluminum, could even be stainless steel, I don't know, it looks like aluminum. We all know that some of us know that more metal equals more resistance. So therefore, having these bigger aluminum rivets on there, that's taking away juice from our machine. Even though it may be reading 8 volts, we don't know how much resistance that 8 volts is incurring on the way to the machine. So anyway, I found that these brass rivets are much more efficient. However, we could do better than that. I plan on making a couple clip cords and also converting a couple RCA clip cords for you guys, and showing you those when they're done being built. There's one more thing I want to show you guys about supply boxes. All right, I'm gonna have to grab the camera for this. All right, these are the 2 supply units. You'll notice on the right is a cheapie. It's labeled foot liner. You can't screw it up. This one is labeled output. Alright, $20 box, $70 box. I've already determined which side is positive and negative on this clip cord. So I'm going to hit the foot pedal and get 2.39 volts. Alright. Now I'm just going to switch the clip cord and the foot pedal and show you guys what happens. Alright. Haven't changed anything on the connections for the clip cord. Hit the foot pedal. Now I am reading negative 2.3 volts. What does that tell you? Basically that tells you you can't just pick a side on certain machines and expect that that's the proper way to be running your machine. you could be running that capacitor backwards, which is going to decrease the life of that capacitor and also cause your machine to run strange, possibly. Not necessarily blow up. Hey, up. Say hello to everybody. So anyhow, that's it for me. You guys leave comments for me. Questions, anything, man. Let's learn. Let's figure this shit out together. I'm going to be making some custom leads out of some copper plumbing fittings and stuff. It's going to be some pretty cool shit. I'm going to show you guys that on the next videos. So please leave comments. Check the videos out, man. Holla at me. Rivaldo 114 Frisco. Keep throwing me some questions, man. See y'all later.